Good evening. My name is Lauren Pike, and today I will be sharing my update on the DPA helper for the Alpha 25% project. So to start out with, a little bit about why I chose to create the DPA helper. So the DPA helper helps to address a problem we have here in Henry County, in that our 4-H families who participate in our 4-H programming have a lack of resources to help them create their speeches and portfolios for 4-H's District Project Achievement Competition, which is our public speaking competition. Currently, we have 0 interactive online resources to help students get ready for the competition, and only 3 print resources that we provide them in the office or in classrooms. In 2023, over 73 people contacted the 4-H office requesting more materials for DPA or District Project Achievement preparation. So the solution to this problem, simply put, is the DPA helper. The DPA helper is an interactive online resource that contains tools and materials to support creating 4-H portfolios and writing speeches. The DPA helper has 3 main features, the first being a homepage. This is a page with resources and links to the requirements and aspects of the project for each grade level or group. So our students are lumped into 4th through 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade, and then 9th through 12th grade. And here you can find the resources for each of those grades, as well as you can navigate to the other pages on the site. The next main feature is the speech assistant. This page will allow users to enter basic information about their speech and have a properly formatted 4-H introduction and conclusion generated. So you can see an example of that page here. The students put in their first name, last name, grade, school, some of the information, and then they can create those things. We've also got some resources on here. And then the third feature is the portfolio builder, which is a page that will allow users to enter and view portfolio activities and information. Again, here you can see some of the mock-up of what I was hoping this would look like. So when I sat down to really start on this project, my first take was a website that was created through a Bootstrap template. I sat down and worked on it just with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And here is a screenshot of what had been created. I had really only made it through the homepage, kind of a landing page. I had put some of the links and things below, but they didn't look too visually appealing, just some of the hard stuff. But you can see I had it created pretty similar to what I had envisioned in my mock-up that I did with Figma. Now, as I was working on this, I got ready to start building the speech assistant and the portfolio and the login page. And I realized I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of at a loss. I wasn't sure how I was going to get some of these features to work. So I decided to schedule a meeting with Chris. I had worked with Chris several times in undergrad, and so I slacked him and said, "Hey, Chris, I'm working on my capstone project. I could use some input." So here you can see we chatted for a little while. We weighed some pros and cons, and the big thing he pointed out to me was, "Hey, this is going to be really, really hard to build in a Bootstrap template." And admittedly, he was the second person who had told me that. Olivia had also mentioned to me that it might be a little difficult to build some of these features in a Bootstrap template. So we discussed converting what I had already built into a WordPress style site. So I started looking into domains and things like that. I ended up purchasing ga4hdpahelper.com as my domain, and started on take 2, where I again started working on the home page. Here you can see a screenshot, but if we click on it, it will actually take us to a landing page live. Here it is. So this is the landing page I've created so far. You can see it looks fairly similar to the mock-up, pretty basic. Most of the resources on the page are navigatable to the pages that have all the different requirements for our age groups. So that's all working great. Also, I have started on the portfolio builder page. Here you can see it's looking pretty nice. None of the features are quite functioning yet, but got some basic things created there. And then the speech assistant doesn't quite exist yet. I've got it up and running, but still trying to figure out which widgets I'm going to use to allow some of these functions to happen. And so I didn't want to create a whole bunch of spaces for inputs on the speech assistant page until I knew exactly what widgets would be able to help me provide the functions we're looking for. So overall, Alpha 25 has been going great. I was hoping to have a little bit more than what I have now done by this point. Admittedly, I got set back trying to change everything from a Bootstrap to a WordPress. But I'm excited about where we're at. I was happy to start over now rather than farther along in the process. And I'm excited to see where Alpha 50% will lead me. Thank you so much.